Good morning, everybody. Glad to have you along. Mary Wieden. I'm still languishing in post-election glee. Very, very happy about it. I will say that I fell asleep Tuesday night. I was trying to watch everything. I fell asleep, and I woke up, I guess around 2:30 or so, and, by the TV, and I could see that he won. Like, okay, fine. I missed the whole, whatever. I saw the playbacks and everything, but feeling pretty good about it. Very proud of Americans for seeing what we need to be doing, and let's just not have any the quibbling. Because it started out. It's fault. It's fault. I think why Kamala Harris lost was not because of misogyny and foolish stuff like that. She lost because she wasn't a good candidate. She never answered anybody's questions. She got stuck with it, and she didn't pick the right things to go with it, is the way that goes. And this is really cynical to say, but yesterday when Biden did his little speech, neither one of them said congratulations, Mr. Trump. But people say, Biden seemed pretty happy. He seemed good. Well, maybe the pressure's off. No, I think he was glad that she didn't win. Because hey, I got booted out of my chair as president, and she didn't win. I'm happy about that. But anyway, so all that will be unfolding as days and weeks go by. We are talking about 3 cities today. D.C. is one of them. That's the D.C. portion. The second city we're talking about very briefly is Jackson. Oh, my God. Councilman Stokes was here on the program in August, and he said 3 names he felt we're going to get it by the FBI. He said Aaron Banks, Jody Owens, and the mayor. Well, we knew about the mayor and Jody Owens, but it wasn't until maybe yesterday when the indictments were unsealed that we knew about Aaron Banks too. So it's an awful thing. It's just terrible, don't you think? It's just an awful thing that's happened to the city of Jackson. But get it out and get it over with. Because this is the capital city. And maybe that's why our state isn't growing as much as our neighbors are. We've talked about that, with other folks on the show. But this is just untenable, and it's sad, and it's awful, but get it done. Get it over with. Now, that's the second city. The third city gets all the glory today. The third city is the city of Ridgeland. I have the mayor right here. Welcome, Mr. Mayor, Gene McGee. And I have the president and CEO of ExploreRidgeland, Chris Chapman. Welcome to you both.
We're glad to be here. Thank you.
Mary. You're doing an awful lot of stuff over there, aren't you? There's one thing, though. The vote is not finished for something that you wanted to do. And I read mostly about you, Chris, talking about the 1% additional temporary tax for tourism. What is it you wanted to do with that?
What we were wanting to do is expand and double the size of Freedom Ridge Park, add more soccer fields, baseball fields, pickleball. There's a big demand for that, and so
do you play that? By the way, you're an athletic guy.
No, well, I don't play pickleball, but I do soccer.
Ride your bike.
we wanted to add 1 cent to restaurants and 2 cents to hotels, a temporary tax to pay for this expansion. And we don't know for sure if it's passed yet or not. There are a lot of absentee ballots out there, and so we're keeping our fingers crossed that it's going to pass.
When you passed the first part of it, however many years ago that was, sometime. So how was the vote then? I mean,
back when the original 1 cent was put on, there was not a vote. The legislature did not require the vote at that time, and we were able to get the 1 cent on without a vote, and it's perpetual. It doesn't ever go away.
That one doesn't, but this new one could.
It would go away once the project is finished. That's right.
People, I don't think it'll ever go away, but it will.
It will.
You're not some other places we can think of. Well, good. I hope it works for you. And Chris, so do y'all have a big campaign about it? Because Explore Ridgeland, by the way, that's your new name. It's your new branding for
ExploreRidgeland. We did campaign because this is very important to tourism development in Ridgeland. And we sent out postcards to all of the residents. We incorporated social media to all of our outlets and our markets.
To knock on doors.
And, knocked on a few sports-minded doors and coaches. And we tried to get the word out as much as we could. And obviously, you can't ever be 100%. I mean, you do the best you can. We did get some pretty good articles in the newspaper, and and we tried to get the word out, and I think that we did a pretty good job doing that.
So you'll know in a few days. I guess.
Well, we should know. The circuit clerk's office said that they would post the final thing, which is required, I think, by law, November the 15th. We hope that we hear something before then.
Well, you got other things going on. I'll tell you what. You have this new. I don't know how to use it. I feel pretty stupid about it. But it's a cut through when you go up 51 and you head west and you come out somewhere. Near Renaissance or something.
Well,
I'm stupid about that.
You have two. You have Lake Harbor Drive, which obviously goes from Highway 51
that one I know. Yeah,
over to Howland Colony, and then as you go north, you have Colony Park Boulevard.
That's the one I think
comes right out at the township, and so that's two great east-west corridors for the city.
Yes, and then of course you're doing. It's not going to change the direction or anything, but you got a big. It's going to be big over here at 51 and Lake Harbor. I go on that a couple times a week, and I'm thinking, oh, okay. What's the why? What was wrong with it the way it is?
Well, we're having to add some additional turn lanes to help facilitate the movement of traffic. And once there's a final utility, a cable company that's got to get out of the way, the contracts have been issued, and that's about a 60-day contract to add those lanes. Once we get that done, then we'll be able to market the old City Hall property better, which we want to redevelop as a commercial corner.
What are you going to do to 51? Because you're still going to have to squeeze down into 51 once you get around the corner.
Unfortunately, 51's a state highway, and they control that.
Well, what the heck, right?
Yeah.
You work with them, I'm sure.
Well, we do, but obviously they are the ones that make those decisions.
Aren't you taking Lake Harbor further west? Are you taking it further west?
No, it goes to Colony Park, to Highland Colony, and that's it.
What's going on Highland Colony down the way?
Well,
I haven't been there in a while either. I know it's Costco, but
a couple of neat things are going on in Ridgeland. One of them on Highland Colony is a little company called AWS, Amazon Web Services.
Where's it going to be?
They're building right now. We've got the plans for 4 data centers that they're going to build in Ridgeland, but they're planning on building 14 in Ridgeland. And as you already know, they're making a $10.5 billion investment in our county.
I did not know it was that big.
And a large amount is in Ridgeland.
Good.
Plus, Entergy is making a $5 billion investment, which is going to help the entire electrical system all the way up even to the Delta. So that's exciting. That's going to be a tremendous benefit, not only to Ridgeland, but the state of Mississippi.
Where's that one going to be?
Well, it's all of that's on Howland Colony Parkway. There's 700 and something acres at the south end. The next thing that's a big deal in Ridgeland is Topgolf. That's under construction, and it's supposed to open in December. We're excited. People are just really positive about that, and we know that's going to be a tremendous benefit to the city too.
I don't get that, but I have to stop here. I don't get Topgolf. I mean, I've been past the place where I see these big poles and there's fencing around. There's a tall building. It's like, what? It doesn't look like a golf course to me, but what is it?
Well, it's not a golf course. It's a place where people drive the ball, but they also can have receptions. There's a place for birthday parties. There's a miniature golf course that's a 9-hole, but basically it's a place where people can go, and there's like 60 different bays, and they can go and enjoy a family event or a business event or something like that. And it's very popular across the United States.
I know it is. It's like pickleball. It's so popular. But did they hit the balls outside? Is that why you have the
yes, there's a bay outside, and it's all, there's computers that show how the ball is gone, and of course those nets are there to keep the ball within that perimeter.
Okay, it's almost done. Did you say?
December is the goal to open up about the middle of December.
Well, good Lord, that's a month away.
Well, they're
getting close.
Basically almost finished outside, and of course they got to finish furnishing the inside, but that's something that they're working on now.
I think Madison County just can't do enough. I mean, like I say, I live in Rankin County. We have some stuff, but you all, Madison County, and the cities like you are doing all your things. Gluckstadt's doing their stuff. Madison's got their stuff. I think you looks like you got the biggest of the bunch.
Well, we've got a lot going on. When we built Howland Colony Parkway, we designed it and worked with the landowners to have a tremendous commercial corridor that was special. And so you have the Renaissance, you have Township. Mm-hmm. Then as you go south, you have Costco now that's doing really great. We're expecting, they're actually working on the dirt work right now for Aldi's Grocery.
Where's that going to be?
Well, that's just north of Costco.
Have you been to Aldi's, Chris?
I've heard of it. I have friends that have it in their city, and I can't wait.
I have it. We have one out on Lakeland where most things happen. It seems like in Rankin County. Yeah. I have not been in there. I think you have to bring your own bag or something like that.
which is good.
So you get in Aldi's. Well, I'll be dang. Good for you. That's cool. What else, Mr. Mayor? You must have some other stuff.
Obviously, along with Aldi's, there's going to be some other developments there.
You got a Christmas parade?
We will have a Christmas parade the night of, I believe it's Friday, December the 4th or 5th, I think.
Oh, okay.
December 6th maybe. I have to look at that date. It's going to be a night parade, and of course then we'll have a big thing at City Hall where we have a great green area and it'll be decorated up, and Santa will be there. So we're excited about that.
Putting him to work early.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So we have a lot going on, and of course one of the biggest things. This is Ridgeland's 125th anniversary this year, and so we've been celebrating it all year. And on December the 29th, there'll be a big celebration out at the Mississippi Craft Center. We'll have about 300 tickets we'll sell. We'll have great music. There'll be entertainment going on and food. And then also there will be a drone show, a huge drone show.
Oh, really?
And it's going to be done by the people who won the, I guess they were about 3rd place in the show. I forget the name of the show. You might know.
America's Got Talent.
America's Got Talent.
America's Got Talent. Yeah, it's going to be incredible.
Really?
Yes.
Really? I don't watch those shows, so I don't. So one thing I do have to pick on you is I have to pick, and I think that Lance does too, because you're affected even more so than I am, because you seem to stay in the right lane. But it's on Lake Harbor, when you are west of Pear Orchard, it's like a roller coaster, and you got fixed a couple of years ago, and now it's back again.
Like I'm on trigger there for a step or two.
Even on the left lane,
Well, actually, that along with the complete renovation of Wheatley Street, Lake Harbor is going to be completely renovated. We're working on that contract now.
Good.
Doing the survey, and that will start also sometime in 2025.
Well, I want to say you had a text, Mayor, that came in for you. Gene McGee is one of the top 3 reasons we will not leave Ridgeland. And the other 2 are my in-laws. Okay. He also shares a birthday with you, which is December the 29th. Is that correct?
That would be correct.
You got one coming up then, sir.
Cool.
Well, that's the city of Ridgeland's birthday, and we're 125 years old. I do want to point out I'm not.
You're not.
Yeah.
At least you can ride your bicycle. Well, that's cool. That's very nice that the people. How long have you been the mayor now?
I'm in my 36th year.
My gosh, have you seen that city grow or what?
It's changed a great deal. There were about 1,500 people there when I became mayor. Now there's about 26,000.
Oh my gosh!
And of course, we've not only grown commercially, but great residential areas in the city.
Oh, and your sports facilities are top notch, sir. I mean, I have niece and nephew that have taken full advantage of all of your parks over the years, and I want to tell you, they're the easiest in, easiest out, professionally maintained. Landscaping is great. I mean, Ridgeland looks beautiful. Y'all do a great job.
Well, we have a great staff. You always want to hire people that are smarter than you to do those jobs, and of course, that's the reason we want to expand Freedom Ridge. There's such a demand for the soccer, the baseball, the pickleball. All those facilities need to be built for sure.
Well, Chris, do either of you play pickleball? Have either of you ever tried it?
I've not tried it. My administrative assistant plays almost every other day, and she loves it. But I've got a grandson that'll call me up and say, "Hey, get me to the pickleball place." So he loves it, and that's good to know that some of these young people in high school are doing it, and keeping them busy doing something that's very positive instead of out doing things that aren't positive.
Yeah, really. Chris, have you done it?
Pickleball is on my bucket list. I really want to do it because I did play tennis growing up. And I think I could be better at pickleball, so I want to try it. But no, I haven't tried it yet.
Is your first pickleball court going to be at, or do you already have pickleball? You already have it, right?
We do have pickleball at the Ridgeland Tennis Center, but we'll add.
But this is going to be.
Once we do this, we plan to have 20 pickleball courts there. So
wow.
Something I do want to point out that I think is very important that the city is doing. Next Monday, as you all know, is Veterans Day, and we always want to celebrate our veterans. And so at 11 o'clock at City Hall, we will have a celebration. Former Congressman Harper is going to be our guest speaker, but we have patriotic music. There'll be a lot of military things going on. The choirs there singing, and it's going to be a very special event honoring our veterans. We do that every Veterans Day.
And where's it going to be again?
It'll be at City Hall.
At City Hall. New City Hall.
Yeah, you do it 11/11/11, the 11th month, the 11th hour, the 11th day.
Yes.
And so that's when it will be, and we want people to come out to support our veterans. Then Memorial Day, we always do a big celebration also. So that's very important, and I hope you all will promote that for us.
Okay. Well, send us something. You want to just email me something or whatever. We can put that out. We'd be glad. Unless you have any brochures or whatever.
I'm going to leave you something.
Oh, okay, good. Good, because the people around here will want to know about that. That's a wonderful thing. By the way, you can call us up at 888-808-8637. You can text us at 601-879-4395. And you can watch us because we are live streaming, supertalk.fm/Mary. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. And, I'll give these to our people, especially our news people will want to know. about these, and I will. Let's see, next the 11th. Okay, what is today? The 8th.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
The 8th.
It's flying.
Yeah, November is marching.
Yes, it is. Do you benefit from Washington at all? Will you benefit now with the new Trump administration?
Well, I have a very good relationship with our congressional delegation. Michael Guest is our congressman. Of course, the senators. We're very close friends. We do benefit financially from different grant programs that they help promote. Obviously, they're very competitive, but we have found over the years, if we make our plans and are prepared when those grants become available, that we're more successful. And for instance, you mentioned Lake Harbor Drive that needs to be redone.
Yes.
We'll be using some federal funds to do that. We're going to improve the lighting around the area at I-55 and the roundabout with the new lighting, and has some federal funds. And so
roundabout. Oh, the one at Renaissance.
Yeah, close to the Renaissance.
The one that we don't know how to use. No, we do.
A lot of people don't, but that's okay.
Well, I used to say when I was in the helicopter, I used to say to people, and that's getting to be a while ago now, but I would say, if you don't know how to use the roundabout, get up early on Sunday morning. Most people be at church. Get up there and get out there and drive it around and see what it works, how it feels, how it works.
Right.
So you won't be confused when
I love a roundabout.
Yeah,
Do
I do
you?
too.
I lived in Oxford for 21 years, so yeah. I mean,
well, you've been.
Yeah, I love those
You're an
things.
old-time roundabouter, but
Yeah.
You
the
just
rest of us are like,
got to
duh.
remember to yield to the left. That's, don't go out in front of a car and when it's coming
It's
from the
not
left.
hard, exactly.
No, it's not hard
hard.
at all.
But
Not
anyway,
hard.
so what are you going to do that roundabout? Relight it?
Well, we're going to do LED lighting to make it more efficient out in that area.
Yeah.
And that'll be coming up next year also.
Wow. So, but with the new administration, I think one of the people who's closest to Donald Trump is Senator what's her name from Mississippi?
Cindy Hyde-Smith.
Cindy
yeah.
Hyde-Smith.
Hyde
Yes, her
Smith.
name
They're
went
close.
out of my mouth here, went out of my head. But she's pretty close to him, I understand, right?
She is, and one of the things I hope that they'll be able to do is reduce waste. There's a tremendous amount of red tape anytime you're using federal funds, and I know that we presented President Trump now with a program several years ago when he was president, and I know that that's something he's very interested in. So hopefully we'll see more efficiency in the way things are done and the way government funds are spent.
Well, we will with Elon Musk in there. Well, Mr. Mayor, you have to go in and do some stuff, but but Chris Chapman is going to stay here, so we'll talk some more.
Chapman,
I'm sorry.
Actually, I can stay a little while in the next session.
Oh, you think you can?
I
Oh,
can,
all right. Well, so we'll all three of us be back. Sounds like Saturday morning. Have to get up early on Friday, not on Saturday. Anyway, that's good music. Who is that? Doing
John Prine and Emmylou Harris.
Oh,
My favorite duets.
yeah, I like her especially. I think she's great, and I like Bonnie Raitt too. Those are Bonnie Raitt.
Bonnie's birthday's today.
Bonnie's birthday. Well, Bonnie Raitt has done duets with God knows everybody, I guess. But I've recently, in the last couple of years anyway, heard her on blues. B.B. King's Blues.
Oh yeah.
Satellite station.
Well, if you've not ever heard Angel from Montgomery with John Prine and Emmylou together live, it is just heartwarming and moving.
Really?
Yeah, it's just
The only angel I know is Angel Falling Too Close to the Ground.
Oh, I love that.
Yes. You know what it's about? His mother.
Oh, wow.
It's about Willie Nelson's mother. This is that man who said, "Wow, that is Mayor Gene McGee of the city of Ridgeland," and with him is Chris Chapman. She is the president and CEO of ExploreRidgeland. It used to be called something else, but this is a much cooler name.
yes.
And you've
we
done
like
this for how long?
ExploreRidgeland. How long have I been at Ridgeland?
Yes.
I have been at Ridgeland almost 6.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been in tourism 40.
Wow.
Yeah, I went and looked at your bio. You've done a little bit of everything and started in the hotel business, so that helps
I did
prepare you for what your career was going to be.
Very young, yes, in the hotel business, and I was Miss Hospitality of my community when I was very young.
Where'd you
in
grow up?
college, Forest.
Oh, okay.
Right. I think I started my little Miss Hospitality thinking way back then. Didn't know what hospitality was, literally, the industry. I never knew what it was. I was, thinking I was going to be in marketing, fashion merchandising, that type of thing. But I got into the hotel sales world very young and early. And I was actually the first assistant marketing director at Metro Center Mall in 1980, recruited out of Mississippi State University. Go Bulldogs.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
Well, So tourism is such a big thing. Years ago you'd be like, oh, tourism, but now it's like, oh yes, tourism. Tourism rules, doesn't it? For both your office and the mayor's office. Do you ever make presentations, or do people come to you, or how does all that work? Where you get, here's a venue or an event. How does that happen?
Well, a venue or an event. I mean, basically, what we do is we market and we sell, and we do public relations. We let people know that Ridgeland is open for business, for shopping, for dining, for meeting, for overnight. Our hotels, we have some of the most beautiful
hotels. How many hotels do you have?
We have 16 hotels, and
16.
we have another one coming online very, very soon.
Where is it going to be? On Highland Colony?
It is going to be, where the new Holiday Inn Express is, right along I-55 frontage. It's going to be right next door to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then, development at Topgolf is they are planning a hotel there, and the mayor may know more about that than I do, but I know that there is planned to be a hotel over there.
That area looks like there isn't much room there, but there's got to be a ton of room at Topgolf for like parking, for instance. That's a big thing.
Absolutely, there's plenty of parking.
Must be back in there.
That's a large amount of land back there that is going to allow for some additional development. And she's right. There's a hotel looking at it right now. We've met with some people. We can't say who they are now. But we're excited that we think that they'll be there. And of course, there's going to be some additional office buildings and a large amount of residential. It's a great development that is occurring in Ridgeland.
So go ahead, Chris. You were talking about so this is how you get people. It's a combination of they come, you seek.
Right, and I mean we have a full sales staff that goes out to trade shows all over the nation. And we set up our Ridgeland booth.
That'd be a fun thing to do, go around and trade shows.
Yeah, I mean, we go to sports markets, we go to meeting markets, we go all over the nation, and we represent who Ridgeland is. And we talk to group tour people, group tour planners, meeting planners, sports buyers, and people that are looking for venues and destinations in order to bring their groups.
How do you
sell Ridgeland?
How do you make use of the reservoir, or do you at all? I mean, I know you've got Pepsi Pops. That's a big deal.
The reservoir is a huge draw. Not only for water sports, for fishing. We recruit fishing tournaments.
Oh, good.
Right. We go to fishing shows. We go to fishing trade shows, crappie shows, bass shows, and
catfish.
we put out all of the information on the reservoir and the Pearl River Valley, how great they are, and all of the things around the reservoir that you can do, the walking trails and boating.
You kind of must feel, both of you, the way I do about the reservoir, that it should be the shining light of economic development of Central Mississippi. I mean, all with your cities too, but I mean, gosh, it's the only big lake, real lake. I mean, Lake Caroline's a real lake, but this one, hooks up to, it goes to if people don't know this, it goes down into the Gulf of Mexico, in case you don't know that. Yeah. The Pearl River, which starts at Manawai.
We think it's a secret to be opened up for a lot of things, and I hope that happens soon for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But, the tourism, our tourism division, and Chris and them do such a great job of promoting so much, and we've become, we're a sports destination, whether it be soccer or baseball, cycling. We have one of the biggest cycling events every year that's in Mississippi. We also promote events for those who are not so who are handicapped. We're one of the only ones in the state that has basketball and soccer and baseball for handicapped people, and we have a something called a miracle field in Ridgeland where that people can play that are in wheelchairs and all those kind of things. So that's very important. And then we have a what you call a boundless playground at Freedom Ridge Park, where children who are handicapped can play, and if they fall off something, it's something soft, and it's a very popular thing. So I think we've done a great job of promoting Ridgeland as a destination for sports, and of course tourism has done a wonderful job of promoting us.
Great idea for you. Buckle your belts in on this one. We need another skating rink, ice skating rink in this town. We had the one on Lakeland for a number of years. It unfortunately was badly marketed and badly managed, and it went out of business. And a lot of people didn't even know it was there. And it was there for 10 years, which is such a shame. And yes, I was a skater. Yes, I was part of Mississippi's only synchronized team, the Ice Wave. We did all kinds of fancy stuff. We'd go down the ice like the and kick in, we jump and spin. I can't do that anymore because I have fake hips, and if I do something to these hips, I won't get the insurance money for it. But I mean, that would be such a wonderful thing to have because we're such a growing area, and our whole SMSA, the whole, not just Hines, Rankin, Madison, but Simpson and various other close by counties, Warren, of course, Warren County. We have the people. We just don't have the facility. And that could have been everything because they had a wonderful skating director, a guy who'd been a champion in the 70s as a junior skater. And then later on, a woman from Hazelhurst who was a kid skater in California, had to move to Mississippi when she was a teenager and, when the rink was built, she came up and, oh my goodness, look at this, and became our skating director. But gosh, I think it would be wonderful. So that's you can do roller skating too. I see people online, especially at Instagram, rollers on 4 wheels doing what we do on ice. Now, I don't understand how you can spin and jump the kinds of stuff that we did. I don't get it, how you can do it on 4 wheels because it's impossible, but they do it. But skating would be a great thing. So there. You got the land. You got the land, you got the freeway, you got everything. Anyway, anybody ever talk to you about that? Anybody ever suggest that?
Have not. I've had a lot of interest in a place for swimming, but not.
Well, that would be good too.
But right now we're emphasizing on what we're doing, and hopefully those opportunities may come up. Maybe there's an investor out there, a couple of investors, a swimming pool investor. That would be great. A big municipal pool, I guess.
Donald Trump, he knows how to do pools.
It'd be a competitive.
Yes,
it'd be a sport.
Yes, and skating, by the way, is competitive too. It can be. I didn't compete. I didn't want to. I just wanted to enjoy it. But that's a very good competitive thing. And you get little kids who, there'd be some of these kids that we had were like little Tara Lipinskis, and people they're like, oh my gosh, look at these people. They grew up into other things, but anyway.
Yeah. Well, did you know that we have a competitive volleyball venue?
No.
InRidgeland.
No.
Yes, and there have
Where
been
is that?
we received.
I know where it is, behind the let me say hot dog
there
hamburger
have been
place.
Tournaments that have come in.
Yes,
for that.
That's when it went in. I thought maybe this could be a skating rink.
That's a really big deal for getting kids. Teams
volleyball has grown so much.
I had no idea how big a deal it was,
volleyball?
But it is.
It's always been big in other places, but in Mississippi, we just haven't embraced it as much. But once we did, goodness gracious, it is just
very large.
It's a big deal.
Does it have a part of it that you can do stimulate beach volleyball? Do they
this is all indoor.
Okay.
Indoor.
Well, I mean, you could put some sand out.
No, we actually have a sand volleyball court at Walcott Park. Yeah, it's just one court, but yeah, we do.
You got it. So I bet you people don't know about that. Duh.
The teenagers do for sure.
They know everything.
Disc golf somewhere? I know you have disc golf out there.
We do have disc golf. We have a disc golf course that we built at the reservoir out at Old Trace Park, and that was done we funded that partially with some money we got when we were named the healthiest hometown in Mississippi by Blue Cross Blue Shield Foundation, and so we built that disc golf course, and it is very popular, I can tell you.
Wow!
One of the things that
you throw,
it's really competitive. One of the things that I do want to mention that we're working on is we're planning on building a performing arts center. This would be a 1,200 seat performing arts center. We have the land located near on the same lot where City Hall is. It would be opposite. It'd be 1,200 seats. We're planning on building that with a black box that would seat 100. Very similar to the Gertrude Ford building in Oxford at Ole Miss. And our architect has done preliminary design, and he already hired the #1 acoustic company in the nation.
Wow.
And we're working with a company now. We think that they're going to come forth, and they'll have naming rights. I can't mention their name yet, but giving us a large amount of money toward that, and so we're excited about that. And I'm going to leave you all also some information about that too.
Okay, I've got these little handouts for the Veterans Day ceremony. And you need to talk more about that, like who these people are. By the way, that's coming up on Monday, is it?
Yeah.
Monday,
always
the 11th
Veterans Day, the 11th month, 11th day, the 11th hour.
Yep.
And, of course, the invocation's being given by, he's with the Mississippi National Guard. Of course, Colonel Smith, he's an alderman, but he also fills the bells.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And Joanna Bell, who is a great vocalist, will be singing. We have the Ridgeland ROTC.
How did you find out about her? Is it from Raphael or just from knowing?
No, her mother just lives in Ridgeland.
Aha! As fate would have it.
And so she's a friend. And of course, the Ridgeland High School Choir. I mean, they're outstanding. I've never seen a music director that can get so much out of youth, and they are just phenomenal. And so, and of course, the fact that we have Greg Harper, who is a former congressman, speaking. I mean,
his daughter, who's married with children now, when she was a kid, and she was a skater, by the way, and she was like a little Tara Lipinski. That girl was a phenomenal child skater, but she grew up and went into other things. But yeah Maggie.
I will point out that the celebration is there by where we have our Veterans Memory Garden. Where people have bought bricks in memory of their veterans and are in honor of some, and we hope to fill that up with bricks, and it's really done well because we feel it's so important to honor our veterans and what they've done for us, and of course allowing us to have the freedom we have.
Well, I see you've got presentation of colors by the Ridgeland High School. AFJR2C. Oh, we've got to take another break. We'll be back with our final segment. This is going by very fast, folks. We'll have one more segment coming up after this. You can stay with us, right?
I got to get out.
Oh, you got to go now? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. But Chris, you'll stay. We're getting everything covered in the city of Ridgeland today, which is great because I haven't had Ridgeland on in a very long time, and I'm so glad that you're here. And who is here? I got Mayor Gene McGee, of course, you know him, and you might not know her, but you're going to be knowing her because she's going to come back. Chris Chapman. She is president and CEO of ExploreRidgeland, which used to be the Tourism Bureau or something like that.
Yes.
Years ago you would think, tourism in Ridgeland? What is to tour in Ridgeland? But there's a lot of stuff to tour. Every town has got a tourism bureau, which is great. Well, most towns, towns that are growing, and you are certainly growing, aren't you? Big time.
Well, we really are. And the neat thing about Explore Ridgeland, they're exposing to the nation all the opportunities we have here. Some of the best restaurants anywhere that you can go to, great places to shop, wonderful places for recreation, and there's all those things that people want to have when they come to a city. And of course, Explore Ridgeland is letting people know about that.
I think people don't even realize. Talk about the reservoir. I don't think people realize that that Ridgeland is a big part of the reservoir. I mean, that's that whole eastern side or western side is yours. I'm on the Rankin County side. We don't have a town or anything unincorporated, but you all, I mean, you've been there for a while, and there's a lot of stuff that I'm sure you can do with the reservoir.
We have, and it's great to work with Poor River Valley District to help promote things out there. And
I think you're going to see more with new leadership out there. I think you'll see more of that.
I think so. And besides the reservoir, of course, we have the Natchez Trace.
Oh yes,
which is a great tourist attraction. It's a linear park from all the way from Nashville to Natchez, and we have people coming through all the time that are tourists that we're able to introduce to the city and what's going on there. We even have cyclists, groups of cyclists, and all those kind of things. So that's important to us too.
But yeah, people like to cycle on the trace.
They do. I do.
It's kind of a popcorn. Isn't it sort of a popcorn? Asphalt or something, whatever it is, but people like it,
Well, I love the Trace. I ride it most every day, and it's a very safe place to ride. People are very respectful, and again, it's a national park, and so it's something to enjoy.
And you better watch your speed limit too, because the Department of the Interior is in charge of that. And you don't go speeding along. You don't think you can go 90 miles an hour down the Trace. You cannot do that. I used to have a horse at K-Bar K, which I think is in Ridgeland city limits. It's on the north side of County Line Road, about 2 miles west of I-220, and it was hooked up to the old Trace, and we could just ride out there. And it was that part that was undone, unfinished for a lot of years.
Right.
We'd ride up and down in there, and it was like sort of like a time warp almost. It was really pretty cool, and I think you can still do that. I think you can get back in there, the old Trace, the very old Trace.
You probably can.
You can, and also we have a good bit of motorcycle tourism on the Trace. People that come through, from Nashville to Natchez and Natchez to Nashville, and they're just going back and forth, and they're stopping all along the way. And when you get to Ridgeland, you've kind of hit the jackpot.
Really, because the Trace is the funny thing about the Trace is, well, there are a lot of things about it that's unique and wonderful. Like the trees, when we have color season and you go up the Trace, it's like being in New England, with arching over the, that's like that. But if you're kind of new to the Trace or don't know how it works, if you coming from Nashville to here, you don't know where you are because there are no big green signs and stuff like that. It's like you see little signs. This is what town or whatever town this is, and it's the same no matter where you are. You could be in Ridgeland or you could be up in by Nashville, but it's wonderful. It's a beautiful thing to have.
It's a treasure.
Yes, and so is that. I guess it's part of Ridgeland. The Cypress Swamp, is that part of Ridgeland?
It is.
I don't know,
in
but
Madison.
It's in Madison County anyway.
County.
Yeah.
I think the city limits of Ridgeland probably end around mile marker 106, something like that, close to the overlook, or maybe not quite that far. And then you're going south about mile marker 96, I think. Is it? I go by mile markers because it lets me know where I am on my bike for sure.
Yeah, really.
But again, it's a treasure. It's a great treasure.
Oh, yeah. It's wonderful.
One other thing I'll mention that we've done in Ridgeland, and of course, Explore Ridgeland has been a great part of this. We have now a history trail in Ridgeland. There are markers all over the city. Chris, you may
22 markers.
Yeah, and it basically gives our citizens opportunity to go over this trail to see and learn about the history, but also it allows people from other states and everything to learn about Ridgeland and its history. And interesting enough, we just had a guy from Alabama come and walk the whole thing and did a whole thing on it just recently. But tourism paid for the markers, and we've had staff that put it together, and it really tells the history of our city. And another neat thing about it is you can go on our webpage and you can do a virtual tour of it.
Oh, good.
But we think it's going to be a great thing for students at our schools to learn about our history. And so that's something that we want to promote, and we want people to enjoy and to take advantage of.
What's your website? Where they can do that?
It's www.ridgelandms.org.
Oh, good. It's an easy one.
Yeah, and we're ExploreRidgeland.com.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well,
who funds you? Who does all the funding?
Well, Explore Ridgeland is funded by a tourism tax for Ridgeland City only, and that currently is 1% on Ridgeland hotels and 1% on Ridgeland restaurants.
And we have to bid farewell to the mayor, right? You got to get out of here?
Got to get out of here, but it's been a pleasure. And I
come
just
back anytime.
Okay. Well, thank you for allowing me to come and just let everybody remember that in Ridgeland, we want to have plenty of folks come and enjoy what Ridgeland's all about.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah, yes. Well, I'll be exploring the shopping facilities, shopping and eating facilities.
Don't we all?
Thanks an awful lot, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
And he's already ridden his bike already today. That's been taken care of.
Well, he's already gotten his exercise in.
No, he actually didn't do the bike today. Today was a non-bike day. He'll do that over the weekend.
Well, you're right. But, the mayor is one of our biggest supporters, and you wouldn't have Ridgeland tourism without the mayor creating the Ridgeland Tourism Commission.
And when was that done?
That was done in, 29 years ago. I don't know the exact year, but
the 1990s.
90s.
Yeah.
97, maybe 1997.
That's around the time where everybody started to realize, hey, tourism isn't just about the beach.
Right.
It's not just, it's about the cities, too.
It's a great investment, and it has a big return on investment.
Chris, I like doing a little digging and research and reading, but you got a nice-sized staff over at Explore Ridgeland.
Yes,
Is there
8.
anything you want to mention about that all-star crew you have over there and kind of bragging on your people a little bit? It looks like a wonderful outfit.
How you doing? Yeah, it's
we
right
do.
Here on page. You got it on your page?
Yeah.
Page 5.
I've actually got a couple of these destination business plans. I gave you one, Mary.
Yes.
But yes, we have a full staff. We have a sales department. Kelly Durrett is the director, and under Kelly is Crystal Pham. And Crystal is the sales and events manager. And then we also have Mary Bird, who is our visitor services and in-market sales manager. And Mary runs the visitor center. Now, I want to let everybody know that we are in a new location.
Where are you?
We are in the Renaissance. Mm-hmm. However, we are right in between AT&T and Barnes & Noble. We are facing I-55, which is where we've always needed to be because we're right there where visitors can see us and pull off the interstate and right into the Renaissance. And
you got great choices for lunch for yourself.
Oh,
too.
Wow. You have no idea.
I know. I have great ideas.
I walked to lunch.
He's our food guru. He's the food editor around
I
here.
love Applos.
It is amazing. Applos, love Applos.
Who's going into Enzo's? Who's going into the old Enzo's?
The Old Enzo's is one of the up and coming restaurants, and I can't even think of the name. I just heard about it last week.
Yeah, that building started off as P.F. Chang's, right?
No, P.F. Chang's was on the other over there. Well, Red 8? Was it where Red? Yeah. P.F. Chang's, I think, was where Red 8, and then now is Mojitos.
Taste or something like that.
It's what now?
The Starkville restaurant, Taste.
Yeah, Taste.
Biaggi was really nice.
Biaggi's was one of my favorite places. I hated to see it go.
Yes, I did too.
I really did. But no, we love, the whole area, along the township and the Renaissance, along Jackson Street, go on out to North Park. You've got a lot of restaurants out there. And then Highway 51, you've got some pretty cool restaurants. A Greek restaurant, Mediterranean restaurant. We've got the full gamut.
Yeah, you do.
Out there. But anyway, going on to the team, Mary Bird in our visitor center, she is a one-stop, know everything, can direct you where you need to go, whether it be a restaurant or a hotel or a retail establishment. We have a kiosk, which is one of the only kiosks in Mississippi. It is the very first. And the kiosk is connected to our website. And a visitor can go into the kiosk and they can pull up anything in Ridgeland they want to see or do. Maps, where to go, directional, how to find people. They can take a photo of themselves and they can email it to their friends.
I'm here.
Yeah, we have a bike patio and a mural, and we have a free bike rental program.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Yeah, I wonder who helped get that going. Could it be Mr. Mayor, being the biker that he is?
Well, and Mr. Mayor, definitely influenced us on that. But honestly, Ridgeland Tourism took that on. And we did it among ourselves. Crystal Fum in the office was our little go-getter researcher, and Crystal got out there and
we got to get out of here. We got to close the show. Absolutely.
Oh,
thanks enough, Chris Chapman. You'll come back. Okay. You'll come back. All right, everybody.
I have more people to talk about.
All righty. All right. See you. Have a good weekend, everybody. Thanks.